There it is. It took a half a second longer than usual, but we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a hell of a show. Somebody who comes from the big leagues is going to teach you how to get to the big leagues in your agency. Ready to rock and roll? Here we go.
The Insurance Pro Show is a podcast for agents who want to grow their agency and be titans of the insurance industry. Learn from a panel of experts who share their agency struggles, their experiences with the nation's best carriers, and share the marketing secrets that successful insurance agents are using today. Now, here's your host, the Insurance Pro, James Cias.
There it is. Here we go. All right, all you insurance pros, let's dive into another fun episode. But before we do, just a quick reminder to please subscribe on whichever platform it is that you're listening to us on today. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, and drop a review. Help other like-minded insurance agents find value from our awesome guests while we rise up in these podcast rankings. I will sincerely appreciate every single one of you for it. And if you want to be a guest on the show, I would love to have you on to learn from you as well. Go to www.insurancebroshow.com/guest and schedule your time slot. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Insurance Pro Show. All right, everybody, we are so excited and so honored to bring another incredible guest to the Insurance Pro Show. Our guest today excels in everything that he does, and it's his mission in life to help others do the same. A former pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, our guest knows that winning, whether in sports, business, or in life, requires a major league mindset. To get to the top, you need to practice nonstop, and our guest attributes his success to the hours of work he puts in when no one else is watching. He now coaches insurance agents on insurance marketing, insurance prospecting, and is showing brokers how they too can stand out in their market. If you're looking for ideas on how to grow your agency, tune in to learn from a coach who will not let you fail. Joining us today from APN Consulting, welcome to the show, Andy Neary. There it is. Andy, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for joining.
That is one heck of an intro, man.
Hey, all I did was do a little bit of research on you, find out what's going on, and it's all the information that's out there about you. Just put it together.
I'm actually more impressed with the sights, the sounds, the videos. This is big time.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, we're going to introduce something new. We haven't done this before. This thing is brand new. We are going to do a quick getting to know you lightning. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, broski, let's put 30 seconds on the clock, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. All right, Andy, cabin by the lake or beach house in the city?
Cabin by the lake.
Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Beats, AirPods, or Bose?
Bose.
Yoda or Grogu?
Ooh, Yoda.
Coke or Pepsi?
Not a soda guy. Pepsi. Going against the odds.
Best way to eat eggs?
Scrambled.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's French fries. Hands down.
There you go. Uh-oh, what happened to our clock? Did it go all the way down?
That was it. 30 seconds.
That was it. That was our 30 seconds. Oh, nice. There it is. That was our 30-second getting to know you. All right, that was fun. Well,
that's cool, baby. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, we have a good time.
I don't drink soda or eat fast food. That was a tough one.
Yeah, I got all these questions and I'm like, let me just put them in random order. Let's see what comes up. We never really know. So, Andy, now that we know that you go against the odds, you're going to pick Pepsi over Coke, despite the bigger iconic name, whatever. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the way that you've gone against the odds and really excelled in what you do, what you've done in your career.
Yeah, I'll give you the 2-minute version. I mean, as you referenced in the intro, I played some pro baseball, and I was an undersized pitcher. So 5'9", 170 pounds, didn't throw very hard, but had a good second half of my college career and earned the right I signed a free agent contract with the Milwaukee Brewers. So just worked my way up, got the chance to play in the minor league system in the Brewers organization. But what's interesting there is, it was at pro ball where a lot of things went wrong. And it was mainly the way I think or I thought. And the problem was the baseball field was always where I excelled. But once I got into pro ball, I saw myself as average. I didn't see myself as standing out.
Oh.
And it was just that wanting to fit in, not standing out, not grab attention is what cost my career, because I didn't put in the right work that I had done all the way up until that point. I wasn't as focused as I was all the way up until that point. And, you know, for a good chunk of my minor league career, it ended up showing itself in my stats. And when you're a free agent, man, and your stats aren't where they should be, it's easy to let you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Wow.
I'm sorry. I took it too far.
They drop you.
But here's the fast forward. So that's literally what impacted my early insurance sales career. Same limiting beliefs, saw myself as average, didn't want to do the extra things to go the extra mile. Where it all changed, where my current chapter really started, was 6 years ago, Amy and I decided to move out to Colorado. Mm-hmm. And I went to work for an independent insurance agency out here. I was their only producer. Before me, get this, before me, they just kind of hoped that their account managers would sell something from time to time. But now I'm their only producer. They really didn't leverage marketing in any such way. And I'm now in a market nobody knows who I am. So
because you came from Milwaukee and just moved down into Colorado, and you're like, I'm just going to get started and dive in head first.
Exactly. So May of 2014, I move out. Within a week, I'm now their producer, right? And at that point, I said, okay, I've got to build a brand. Mm-hmm. I've got to have a damn good message. I got to shout it out loud. I need to have everybody seeing. I got to share it far and wide. But where it all started was I said, I have to start working on me.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's when I started diving head deep into personal development.
So let me get this straight. You go to this agency, and it sounds almost like you were building a scratch agency. Were they giving you any of their leads? Were they kind of helping you farm their book? Or were you just out there like, I gotta do this on my own and build my own thing within this organization?
Great question, James. So I was hired to be their large group producer. They didn't have any producers in small groups, a lot of account managers. So it's an agency where the owner had been the only producer for 20, 30 years, built a nice book of business, a really nice book of business. And then he had surrounded himself with a team of account managers, right? Well, he's like, okay, I need to keep growing, but I personally don't want to sell. Mm-hmm. So I need to hire somebody to come in here and sell. So I was hired as a large group producer, and I also managed an existing book of large business.
Got it.
And led the large group team.
Nice. All right. So
a lot of potential for aggressive expansion.
A lot of potential. You got a lot of room to grow there for sure. But you couldn't do it until you had that come to Jesus moment, that realization within yourself that there was some internal work that you had to do. So that was a life-changing moment, it sounds like, because you talked about your career in baseball, that you had these limiting beliefs, and something snapped, something changed. Tell me about that moment. Tell me about everything that changed and how that's propelling you forward.
I think it was the move to Colorado was like, I have a new clean slate, a new page. And nobody here knows who the heck Andy Neary is. I had a lot of history and brand back in Wisconsin, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody remembered me, even remembering when I was a kid. Well, now I'm out here. No one knows who I am. This is my chance to literally reinvent myself.
Oh.
And so, but I knew I needed to start with personal development around time management, productivity skills, the way I think, half glass full, optimistic, my view of things like money. You name it, James. Like, it was just, how can I grow myself? Because the old cliche phrase, your business will only grow as much as you do.
Right.
I just knew that's where I had to start. So I started investing for the first time in my life, probably. I really started investing heavily money and time into making me better, and not just trying to be a better agent. No. I need to make me better first.
I surrender to your will.
I gotta ask, what is some of the most poignant, most the things that stand out the most that you had to shift your mindset? I mean, it's everything, of course, but was there one moment in particular, like one thing that you realized that was like, this is it? this is the thing that's going to change everything.
It's so funny you bring this up because as a coach now, I deal with this objection all the time, right? People who know they need to invest in themselves, time and money, and they're giving themselves. Are we allowed to swear on this episode? On this show?
Cool.
They give themselves bullshit excuses. They talk themselves out of doing things they know they need to do, right? I will be honest, James, that was 6 years ago. My biggest aha moment came 4 months ago.
What?
I have been building myself this whole time, my brand, my message. It has done wonderful things for me in the industry. Here's where my real aha, holy SHIT came. Back in September, I was at a point I knew I needed to make my coaching the thing. Up until that point, I was a 1099. Up until December 31st, I was a 1099 for an insurance agency in Omaha, Nebraska. Still had a book of business with them, but I had my coaching business. And I said, I need to make coaching the only thing. This is the jump I have to make. But I've got to let the universe know I mean business. Because I think right now the universe is testing me saying, do you really want to do this or not? And so back in September, in a matter of 2 days, this is talking the whole investing in yourself. I hired a new coach. I didn't have a coach at that time. I joined a mastermind that I had been a part of in the past, but I felt like I needed to rejoin. And I knew the other piece I was missing in personal development was surrounding myself with some other men who were going to force me to get better. And I invested in an experience, a weekend experience, masterminding with other high achieving males. In 2 days, this was the holy shit. In 2 days, I threw down about $17,000 on myself.
Shit! Language. Wait a second. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language? I know.
And it was so scary. But here's what happened. I did it. In about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, all of a sudden, all these huge coaching opportunities started coming.
Oh, nice.
And I said, that's it. The universe finally realized I'm playing for keeps. I mean business.
Yeah.
And that was my epiphany, is like, and this is what I tell advisors that are looking at coaching or other investment opportunities. Like, what are you going to do to let God, the universe, know you mean business?
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's right. Where you're going, you don't need roads. I mean, you basically burn the ships behind you. I mean, going back kind of through your story so far, you essentially burned the ships behind you when you moved from Wisconsin to Colorado. Like it really is that moment where you're like, I'm leaving everything that I've known, everything that made me comfortable. I'm leaving it all behind, starting over in this new state where I don't know anybody. And then when you get this moment, you know, back in September, even that you're done bullshitting. You're done being 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's that moment where you just decide, you know what, I'm taking this thing. I'm doing it full speed and pouring that money into yourself. I mean, there are people that do all kinds of different programs. You know, one that I can think of off the top of my head is, you know, the Tony Robbins Unleash Your Power, right? That thing's like a $10,000 program. And I mean, I don't know if that's what you did or not, but like, this is the type of money that people pour into themselves when they mean business. When you did that and you came back and you immediately had coaching clients, had you started marketing yourself already? What steps had you taken to get yourself to basically be prepared for that to come in?
And this is actually a really cool story to share if other advisors are listening in about what happens when you tell the world, tell the universe, God, that like you're in it for keeps. I've had the coaching business, James, since June 1st, legally since June 1st of 2019. And it started growing and building. It was good. Up until September, it was growing. Everything was great. But I'll give you an example. At that time, one area of my coaching I wanted to grow was my one-on-one clients. And up until what happened right at that time is I had a coaching contract with an association here in the industry that was bringing me multiple clients because they were hiring me to coach their people. Well, they got acquired, which required them to cut off all their outside contractors. So like in a week, I lost half of my one-on-one clients.
Ouch.
And I was down to 3 one-on-one clients. And I'm like, whoa, okay. And that's literally right at this time I did that. In a matter of about a month and a half, I was up to 10, 11 clients.
You learned how to pivot real quick.
Boom. And because it was me going, okay, I can feel sorry for myself, or I can say, no, I'm actually going to double down and go 100% into this. And I believe like those investments I made at that time was my way of telling not only the universe, but myself, like, you're going for it. And I say that because you and I, there's how many, I have so many conversations with insurance advisors who, they tell me these goals they want to hit, 250,000, 500,000. I'm like, how serious, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to get it? Because it's funny how many conversations when you get to that level end up having the discussion of, wait, do you even like what you're doing?
Yeah, that's it's funny because, insurance is not necessarily a fun thing, right? Like
Well, it's certainly more enjoyable than my average day.
I guess it depends on who you're asking, right? But it's one of those things that I don't. All right, let's take Tom Brady, for example, right? Tom Brady was sitting there in the 7th round, and he has said that if he didn't get picked up, he was going to go sell insurance, right? That was like his backup plan. So it's not like anybody is out there dreaming that they want to be an insurance agent. So, but I have actually come to love insurance for a different reason. I understand, that one, I approach it in a way that I am providing protection for people. I'm helping people to create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, helping them to protect their assets. We're creating their wealth for today. Encouraging them to buy something like life insurance is helping them create generational wealth for tomorrow. So, and building a team of agents that are building their books of business, I'm helping them to create both at the same time by helping them build a business. So, to me, it all depends on how you approach insurance or how you approach whatever it is that you're going after. So you shifted your mindset. You said you could have felt sorry for yourself. That agency that you were working for, everything shut down. You were down to 3, and you had that pivot, where you were like, you know what, I'm not going to take this lying down. I'm going to take action. And so in that moment, when everything changed and now you're coaching insurance agents, how is it and what do you teach them to get themselves out of that mindset? Because it's so easy for us to fall into this, insurance sucks, it's boring, it's all this paperwork and it's all this, and I keep getting the phone hung up on me. What do you tell agents to help them get over that hump?
That's a great question. I tell people one reason my coaching exists, James, and you probably will agree with this, there really has never been great training for our industry. It's been, you get in, go get them, kid, and smile and dial, pick that phone up and go knock shoulders and knock doors. So for me, it starts with, why are you doing what you were doing? Are you here because somebody's promised you a big paycheck? Or are you here for a bigger reason than that? And, when I look at I don't care what kind of insurance you sell, you have 3 jobs. So if you are a producer, you have got to grab attention to get opportunities. You have to earn the business with a good process to make it easy for prospects to say yes. And then you got to keep the client happy when they say yes. Producers today, ones who eat what they hunt, are not being taught how to grab attention, nor are they taught a process to make it easy for prospects to say yes. And so I have made it a mission to go help them do that because I saw the training I didn't get 20 years ago.
Right.
And I'm sitting here going, I'm seeing too many young advisors right now who could do so many good things for this industry as we transition from one generation to the next, but they're just not being taught. So I'm going to take it upon myself to teach them how to win in 2021 and moving forward. And so where they need to start is 1, why do you do what you do? Why are you showing up every day? And number 2, what's your daily plan of action to make sure you're working on the most important things all the time? Because you just talked about the paperwork.
Yeah.
In our industry, it's very easy to get caught doing the easy things. I'm just going to handle this paperwork today because that's easy. Yeah, but is that moving your business forward? No, it's not.
It's busy work. It's not money. Work. Yeah, it's not money generating activities.
Correct.
I love that you're talking about insurance agents not being visible, right? They're not doing the things to get their name out there, to get their brand out there, to get recognized. It's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, is because here I am. Hey, everybody, I do insurance stuff, right? You're watching the Insurance Pro Show. So duh, here we are. And a lot of agents I recognize don't take the opportunity that social media provides for them. It's so contrary to what I see on the real estate side. With real estate, we always see, the real estate agent with their customer holding that big sold sign and all these things. So what are you recommending for agents to get their name recognized? Are you having them invest in digital marketing agencies? Are you encouraging them to be more active on social media? What are some strategies that you're recommending to them?
Yeah, great. I mean, you're living proof of it, James. I mean, you're making me look at my podcast and go, damn, I need to up level mine. Here's how I break it down. First, you got to know who you're going after. Who are you trying to win business from? Why, we've all been guilty in the industry of going after prospects who are not a good fit for us. So we write business, we end up disliking these prospects or these clients. And now we have a book of business of people who frustrate us, right? That is not a way to grow a book of business. So number one, who is it you want to work with? Okay. What's their story? What's their message? You've got to be able to put yourself in their story. Once you know that, your job is to go share that story far and wide. Because if you do, you're going to attract those people.
Right.
And how do you go share that story far and wide? Across his 5 pillars. You've got centers of influence, which we've always had in the industry. But my question is do they really know what you do and who you do it for? Or do they know you as the insurance guy?
Right.
Number 2, how are you leveraging emails and text communities? Because email's always been around, but text is a new thing that's starting to be blow up big time. Social media, webinars, speaking engagements, podcasts. You need to be everywhere today. To your point.
Absolutely true.
To your point, it's commonplace in other industries. It's right. The insurance industry, for whatever reason, has held on to what we have always done. Here's the best analogy I can give you. Maybe I'm going to see if you can answer this question for me because I ask it all the time.
Ooh, here we go.
When you think about old school insurance marketing, so the American Family agent, the Allstate agent, what picture comes to mind when you think marketing?
A greeting card or whatever, something in the mail.
Something in the mail, or you drive down Main Street and you see what?
A billboard.
The billboard.
Yeah.
There are agents out there who still have billboards, and they're very expensive.
Yeah, they are.
What do billboards do? Billboards allow somebody to get to know you because they see your face and your contact information. They do not get somebody to like you or trust you.
Mm-hmm.
You have no control over who sees it, how they see it, and when they see it.
Mm-hmm.
Social media allows you to pick who you want to talk to. It allows you to control the message, who sees it, when they see it, how they see it. It allows people to get to know you, like you, and trust you for free.
He ain't lying.
Absolutely true. But
yeah,
Andy,
people will spend $20,000 a year on a billboard.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, there is one thing that I want to have you help me out on, right? Okay. Because this, I think, is probably something that I hear often, something that a lot of agents will hear often if they're trying to develop a marketing plan, and it's identifying your ideal customer. Andy, I don't know who my ideal customer is. My ideal customer is everybody, right? Or maybe more specifically, I want to go after homeowners, right? Somebody who owns a home because I know that I can get the home, the auto, the umbrella, the life, and if they happen to also own a business, then I could go that route too. So, but a homeowner, that's not necessarily a niche market. How do I identify my ideal client?
Great. And it's funny you said this. I just had a coaching call with one of my clients yesterday who's a State Farm agent. And he does the same, right? He does auto, home, life, some business insurance. And it's the same thing. Well, everybody needs home insurance and auto insurance, right? And here's the question I ask, and it's not rocket science. I said, okay, if you look at your current book of business right now, who are your favorite clients? Give me 2 or 3. And then when you pick those people, when you name them, why are they your favorite? Is it because they're a business owner? Is it because they're a certain age, a certain gender? Is it based their personality? You just love working with that personality. So what I did with him is we narrowed it down to 3 clients he loves. He loves a business owner. It was a specific female who is so busy because she's successful. She has multiple businesses, and she just needs him to keep her insured, ENSURD, insured that she's protected.
Right.
She's the kind of woman who's like, as long as I know everything's good, I can run my business. I'm good. The next one was that W-2 employee that makes a lot of money for his family. The guy he named was a surgeon, not a surgeon, radiologist.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always know he's making the right kind of choices, but he just wants, again, to know he's making the right choices. He has the money. He has the house. He just doesn't have confidence in himself, so he needs this agent to comfort him.
Mm.
And then he picked out this young couple in their early 30s who's successful, about to have a baby, about to upsize the house. They're going places. They know they got to grow up a little, but they're smart, they're educated, and they're willing to be in it for the long haul. We picked out those 3 types of clients. That's what he loves to work with. So now his job is we need to figure out that story for those 3 targets, those 3 different types of families. And now we need to go tell their story.
Got your victory dance? Well, I got it right here. Yeah.
My mind is blown. Like, that's perfect. Go ahead.
Because to your point, I come from the health insurance industry, right? You could say, well, I used to say this, I can work with any business that offers health insurance. Everybody needs help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guarantee if you look at your book of business, there's 1 or 2 clients you're like, man, if I could build a book of all them, holy cow, would life be good. That's the goal. So take the time to look at your book and go, okay, if everybody I offer auto or home or life to, who is it? That's the ideal situation. Now create a message for that person, because when you share it far and wide, guess who you're going to attract?
That person. Bravo. Bravo. Like, my mind is blown. I'm sitting here like, how do I come up with my ideal? There it is. There's the answer. It's pick your favorite clients, the ones that you're already working with. Those are your ideal clients. And there's many more that fit those general parameters.
Correct. And this isn't rocket science, James. Like, I'll share that if you've never read the book Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, read it or listen to it. It is storytelling that's 2,000 years old. Donald Miller probably does it better than anybody in this book. There's a hero who has a goal but has a challenge keeping him or her from the goal. Therefore, they need the guide, you, the agent, that has the plan to help them have success, right? That's storytelling. Yeah. Your job is to literally say, who are my ideal clients? What's that story they have? And now I just need to go tell it.
Oh, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
One of my favorite movies, by the way.
Yeah, it's a classic. Absolutely a classic. Andy, you have provided so much value. It's been so much fun getting to know you. You have such a great story. I am sure that from our audience, there's going to be people that are like, this is my coach. Yeah. This is the guy that I need to work with. So why don't you tell the audience, make sure that you say it loud and clear for our listening audience, how can people get in touch with Andy Neary?
Yeah, if you don't mind, can I just say a quick comment about the Academy?
Yes, please.
Okay, so to get in touch with me, you've got my Instagram handle. I'm all over LinkedIn, so Andy Neary on LinkedIn. Let's definitely connect. But if I may just make a quick shameless plug, starting February 16th, I don't know when this will go out, James, I'm launching the Broker Branding Academy. So as I mentioned earlier in the episode, you have 3 jobs: grab attention, earn the business, keep them happy. If you want to develop a strategy, a bulletproof strategy to learn how to grab attention in the insurance business and have a process that makes it easy for prospects to say yes, you need to be in the academy. And I'm capping it at 20, so I don't want everybody in it, but that's coming out in 2 weeks. So it's something that it's a can't miss for any insurance producer.
Perfect. And ladies and gentlemen, as Andy mentioned early on in the episode, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't burn those ships behind you, you're not going to get very far. So invest in yourself. Sign up for the Academy. Where can people sign up for the Academy?
Just, you know what? Go on Instagram, go on LinkedIn, send me a private message.
All right. There it is. You heard him. Send that DM, slide into those DMs, and get in touch with Andy so that you can be part of that Academy. Andy, again, thank you so much for being on the show today, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's awesome.
It's been so much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for you today. As always, if you gain value from our show, please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media at Insurance Pro Show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, sign up at insurancebroshow.com/guest. That's all we got, everybody. Thank you all so much. As always, you rock my socks. You have my heart. So you please
Have a nice day!
Thank you for tuning in to the Insurance Pro Show. James is the CEO of the Pipeline team of San Diego and is always in the market for top talent. If you're an agent looking for a place to hang your license, visit www.pipelineinsurance.com/agent opportunities or send an email to newagent@pipelineinsurance.com. Look for James on